When Tony and Catherine Butterfield put their children to bed on April 18th, 2020, little did they know that time would be the last.
This is a case that started with a 911 call that came out to law enforcement in the middle of the night, about 1:15 in the morning.
The couple was startled out of bed when a masked intruder broke into their home.
They were able to, both the forensic evidence that they gathered, the other additional evidence that they gathered, they were able to identify a suspect.
Investigators say the intruder is this man, Albert Johnson, a convicted criminal also known as Psycho Al. Police say at that point, Johnson's motivation was stealing.
What the suspect indicated, that he was feeling financial stress. He went to their house knowing that, thinking that they had money to get money, basically to rob them.
Authorities say Johnson left with $20 and 2 cell phones, but things escalated when he returned.
Once he got to the car, he realized that he had dropped his keys and that he didn't have them. He kicked through the door, and at that point, he didn't have his face mask on.
Detectives say Tony Butterfield recognized Johnson, addressing him by name and asking why. Police say the violent attack happened next.
Tony was defending himself and his family and Catherine, and he had a knife, and there was a struggle. And at that point, he stabbed Mr. Johnson. And Mr. Johnson says in the statement that he gave to the police that it was very painful and he shot him because he got stabbed by him, but he had the weapon.
Officials say Johnson is a convicted felon who was prohibited from possessing a firearm, yet had one that night when he invaded the couple's home.
As he shoots Tony, his wife is also coming to the aid of her husband, and he shoots her because, as he says, she's screaming and she won't shut up.
Shockingly, the children, ages 6, 4, and 6 months, slept through the whole ordeal.
There'll never be a substitute for that loss, but they have an incredible family structure and network of loving grandparents and aunts and uncles and so forth who have rallied around the lives of these 3 very young children in this very tragic time.
Johnson is facing charges of aggravated murder and other offenses. His wife, Sina Johnson, is accused of obstructing justice for allegedly lying to police about seeing her husband on the day of the crime.
Incredibly tragic. You think about those 3 children. You know, they're sleeping, mom and dad put them to bed, and they wake up and their lives are changed forever. But as we heard, they do have a strong family that's going to help support those children. Let's bring in John Franke. He's an anchor reporter for one of our affiliates, KSTU, out in Salt Lake City, who does